on Cocktails, you got MC Breed on there as well, and I know that you worked with him extensively. So how and why did you and Breed bond so well?
Man, I was in LA when George Clinton was at the Arsenio Hall show. I was at the Arsenio Hall show, and George Clinton, I was there with Mike Hampton and because Funkadelic was doing Arsenio Hall, and met Breed, and Breed was there at the Arsenio Hall. Met Breed that night, and I never forget the night because Eazy-E locked his keys in his car, and I helped him break in his car. Because we looking at the keys, but we can't get in. I held one. He stuck it there, popped the lock over. I helped Eazy break his car that night. And so when I got back to Atlanta, I went over Breed House. D.O.C was there. Jamal was there. Malik. A lot of guys from DFC, some guys from Detroit. It was everybody was living with Breed. I was even living with Breed for a month or two till I got a house in Atlanta. But that's how we just bonded. And I did a Funkified, and I can't remember the name of the other album I did on Breed. And yeah, we had a lot of songs on Breed. Even Short got a lot of songs, probably some masters over there that he done forgot that Breed is even on him. But we had a lot of Breed songs. I've done a lot of songs on Breed.
Wow.
Myself. I know I've done about 3 albums and stuff on Breed.
Yeah, he was one of the first rappers I actually met in person, so that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, but
he's a good dude too, man. He's a very good dude, man.
Yeah, he was very.
I missed the homie.
Yeah, he was very cool, very nice, very respectful all the time.
Yeah. And funny. Breed had you laughing.
That's true too. Yeah, and on Cocktails, the album, you also did the Sample the Funk, which had it was kind of like the funky wormish type of feel or sound or what have you. So what made you? What made you want to play with that for Sample the Funk?
Because I had Pee-wee standing next to me. I knew I could. You know what I'm saying? I knew I could go there now because now I got my right-hand man with me, and pretty much me and Pee-wee always on the same wavelength. So we was just funking around, man, And Short used to love that, you know what I'm saying? Just to have some guys, that could actually play this shit live and actually you can record them and it's still, funky and live. He used to appreciate that, but it was just I think I had my homeboy Tony T from DC. He used to play with a group, Face Destiny, back in the day. He's a drummer, and I think he played live on that too. But it's like just when you got somebody next to you that Pee-wee, like that, and he's gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? And he did. He got down on that record right there. Yeah, that's that Shorty being Pee-wee funk right there.
Right. And then the interesting thing too around this time, like 95-ish, is there was obviously increasing problems with all the artists and stuff. But, we're from the East Coast. So it's always crazy that we can like love so much music. But I wanted to get from you on like Paystyle, Short's talking about, I don't freestyle. I don't even know how to do that, blah, blah, blah. Because people had been dissing the West Coast, especially for not freestyling or not being proud of freestyling or what have you. So with Paystyle, the song, and just in general, was that like a big conversation that you guys would have sometimes, or did he just put that in the lyrics?
I think that Short, he really couldn't freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because, he don't think fast like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more comfortable knowing, what he has to say by writing it or whatnot. Because I never seen Short freestyle. Like, like Breed would take off and then he gone. You know what I'm saying? Breed would do a whole album freestyling. But I never seen Short really freestyle like that. I don't think Short thought like that because his rap style was more in the pocket. You know what I mean? So it's like and freestyling, you got to be afraid to make mistakes, but make it look like it wasn't a mistake.
All right.
And I don't think Short could do that. You know what I'm saying? This rap style wouldn't allow him to hide from other rappers that good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. And then getting to the Getting It album, you guys are like based in Atlanta at this point. So how did you see yourself and the music that you were doing kind of evolving and adapting to Atlanta, if at all?
Say that again, Soren. I might just make sure I'm hearing you right, so I answer your question right.
Yeah. You know, because I think our environment dictates a lot of what we do sometimes.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
So how did moving to the Atlanta area and then living in Atlanta while you were working on Getting It, how did that affect, do you think, what you played or how you played or what you decided to do musically?
I don't know. Let me put it like this. I think being that it was kind of opened up some doors. It kind of opened up some areas of thinking, because Oakland has a way of confining you. You know what I'm saying? You think a certain way, like I think Hyphy was to Oakland what Go-Go was to DC. You know what I'm saying? They both probably got the same response. Maybe Hyphy got a little bit bigger, but I think that being that when we moved to Atlanta, I think that we was exposed to so much softness now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it made you think kind of think different because you had other options because of the artists that were around you. It was a different feel like in California. It was, just all West Coast shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you in Atlanta, you got, like I might got Father MC sitting over here, and I might got Shadi sitting over here. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000 right there. So it's like, you gotta, it allows me, or I would say most producers, I would imagine, it would just allow you to think broader. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can reach farther a little bit instead of that certain box that you were so confined in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like like Ant Banks. I think I used to love Banks as a producer. You know what I'm saying? Because I could see everything, all the music that he made, I could see where he was trying to get to. And not only that, I could help him get to there. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't play, but I can hear where he's trying to go when he's creating, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but I used to tell Banks, you know what I'm saying? Banks, man, you gotta mix your sounds up, dog. You make good songs, but all your songs kind of sound the same because you're using the same snare, using the same kick, using that JD 800 on every song. You know what I'm saying? They good songs, but they all sound alike. If you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I would just my thinking, man, I guess being that I was live, I think I saw music differently. Just literally saw music differently.
Yeah, I would imagine, because it's coming from you and using the machine directly, as opposed to thinking about what the machine you wanted to do instead of you being
right. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, man, am I tripping? Just because. But then I realized that as time went on, I had developed, but to me, I don't feel like I developed a brand. I developed a sound. I knew I had that sound when I came here. You know what I mean? Just because, playing, you know what I'm saying? I had that sound way back in Fairmont Heights with the Wellmans. You know what I'm saying? I had that sound. I branded myself at a very young age, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then once you realize that, you have a brand and that, it's kind of in demand or popular or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like it kind of, helps you think out of the box, but within your brain, if that makes any sense.
Well, I think as an example, and like you're talking about being around other artists with the Bayou Sum with Eric Sermon is on there as well on
Right.
the Getting It album. So what energy did you see different? And obviously that was on compilations too and stuff, but what did you see Eric Sermon was bringing that maybe helped or, you know, was different from what the short Atlanta people were talking about?
Well, Eric is he's very creative. You know what I'm saying? He's a what can I say? Eclectic, funky producer type. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the energy, man. That that East Coast and West Coast thing, and we were meshing, and then we were all friends. You know what I'm saying? Red Man comes over my house to stage. You know what I'm saying? We was cool. Keith Murray. You know what I'm saying? Eric Sermon. He had the Malik and Jamal. And it was just a great relationship at the time. It felt good being that, everybody was like, oh man, it's East Coast, West Coast thing. But over here, it was none of that, man. We just making records over here. We all friends, and it's none of that. You know what I'm saying? We just go in the studio and do what we do, and then we sit back and see what we got from that, and take the best stuff and round it off and give it to the people. It was just a beautiful thing at the time. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was, because I tell you, Soren, one time I was downtown Atlanta, and it was some sort of big festival down there. I don't think it was Jack the Rapper or not that far back, but I remember I was walking through the hotel with Lil Malik from Illegal, and walked up on Jizza and RZA. Malik knew them. I knew who they were, but they didn't know me, and I didn't know them. So, what's up, Malik? What's up? This shit, man. He said, man, this Shorty B, man, he the one did that new song with Eric Sermon too, Sir Short. And Jizza looked at me. He said, man, you did that song right there? I said, yeah. He said, man, that's the baddest hip hop song I ever heard in my life. And then Jizza, it was Jizza, the tall one, said that, the leader. He said that. Then the other one, the other one say, man, he said, man, yo, B. He said, man, they was just praising me, man. And it blew my mind in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How they was like talking about the record, the Bayou Sum record, man. They loved it. Wu-Tang was like, man, giving me crazy props, shaking my hand, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I think for some reason, it just made me feel good. Not so much because it was them, but it was like the East Coast telling me that, man, that was beautiful, what you did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I was like, I just killed the East-West battle in one song. I just murdered it.
Yeah, well, I wish for that purpose then the song would have got a lot bigger. But yes, I love that one.
Yeah. I got to give a props out to Greg Street. Greg Street played that song for 6 years every day at 5 o'clock when he came into work. First thing, da 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 da. Woo! Every year for 6 years. And Greg Street blew that song up in Atlanta, because it really wasn't a song. It was actually a commercial, because I was doing my album at the time, which actually turned out to be the Dangerous Crew. But I was concentrating on Shorty being the MVPs. I was about to do my solo album, and I was trying to get my money up. But we did. It ended up, Short got a deal for the Dangerous Crew, and Short came to me and said, man, I need you to do this Dangerous Crew album. I was like, okay, cool. So I started the album. I think I did about on the album about 8-9 songs on the Dangerous Crew album. But it was like it turned out to be bigger than it was. That album had no promotions whatsoever, and the Eric Sermon, the Bayou Sum, really helped that album really do what it did. It went gold.
Right.
And it wasn't supposed to. They just struck a deal. Jive struck a deal with Short just to give Short some money and say, okay, yours an album. They didn't put nothing behind that album, no promotions or nothing. And they wasn't expecting the album to even do 50,000, and it went gold.
Well, I remember too the video, just having that white backdrop and stuff. I was like, man, I wonder why they did it like that, but maybe you just explained it.
Right. Yeah, it's no budget, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we just did that little video, and yeah, it's like an album went gold, and the album probably would have went platinum, but nobody anticipated the album doing anything because they know they wasn't gonna put no push behind it. So they they didn't care if it did if it flopped because they expected it to, and it didn't.
Right.
And it's like so they wanted to, they had another order for another 500,000, but they only pressed 500,000.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Best with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.